Then at the end of the Royal Rumble, The Rock finally gets these handcuffs on Mick Foley, handcuffs his hands behind his back, and Mick Foley's like, "Go to hell, Rock." And The Rock's like, "I might go to hell, but you're going to hell first."
You may go to hell, but your candy ass first.
And takes his chair and just starts mashing him, just like beats him over the head with his chair. Hits him like 25 times, like over and over and over and over and over again. And the worst part is that Mick Foley's wife and kids are in the audience just crying. And like, it's super sad. There's a documentary team, they're filming Beyond the Mat, and it shows like everything that happens behind the scenes, and Mick Foley's all like messed up and his family's just crying like, "Mick, why do you do this to us?" So that match leads to an empty arena match, which was the halftime show at the Super Bowl, and everybody was watching it. It was amazing. It was like this 20-minute match, and it was in the middle of the Super Bowl, and it starts off with Mankind. He's got this big-ass Band-Aid on his head, because that makes everything better, honestly. So if you get hit over the head with a metal chair 25 times, a Band-Aid is all you need, and his head's all wrapped up. The Rock comes down there swagging, looking all cool with Vince McMahon. Vince has got his back, and like they get in the ring and they start talking smack. There's a lot of smack talking in this rivalry. Like The Rock was at the peak of his game when it comes to maximum smack talkiness, so that's cool. And like they get in the ring. Oh, another thing, Mick Foley's finisher in wrestling was called the mandible claw, which is where he takes these two fingers and he grabs the inside of your fucking jaw right here and just squeezes it, and it hurts. See, it fucking hurts. But yeah, he would do that to people and just randomly put his fingers all up in your mouth. So that's what he does to The Rock first. He starts the match with a finisher, and it's awesome. They start fighting all over the crowd. They like break through the barricade, and there's nobody there, so it's just like this big ass empty arena. You can hear everything, you can see everything, and it's really weird. I wish they would do more matches like these because they're awesome. Of course, Vince is on the mic just yelling and screaming at everybody, getting in everybody's face because he's Vince McMahon and he's got to do stuff like that. They fight through this barricade up to all the empty chairs, and The Rock just throws Mick into a pile of chairs, throws all these chairs on top of him, and then to cap it off, he grabs a chair and bashes him 2 more times. So that's 26 times that he's been bashed over the head with this freaking chair. In the middle of bashing Mick with these chairs, he wanders back over to Vince on the mic, and he just gets on the mic and he starts talking like, "I'm the best wrestler to ever live, and don't you forget it, Sam Fortin, because I'll chop your fingers off, and that's the bottom line, if you smell." And then Mankind grabs him and puts him in the man claw again, and he's just choking his shit out, dude. It's fucking gnarly. He also like pulls a sock out of his underwear, puts that on his hand, because you need protection when you do shit like that. So he's got this dirty ass sock all over your face, and he's just strangling you with it. And this was the Attitude Era. It was amazing. They fight up this long stairwell of, like, well, you know, when you're at a concert or a big show, there's these steep air stairwells, and they're super scary. You always think you're going to fall down them. They fight up these stairwell, and as soon as The Rock gets to the top, he finds one of those really cartoonishly old metal trash cans just laying around, grabs it, waits for it, and as soon as Mankind gets to the top of the steps, bashes him over the head, and then kicks him down a flight of steps, and he's rolling, dude. He's rolling. Please don't copyright me, claim me for singing that song, because I don't like Limp Bizkit enough to fucking jeopardize this video. After Mankind rolls down the steps, The Rock actually brings the trash can down the steps with him and pours the trash all over him, because The Rock says Mankind is a piece of trash, and The Rock did stuff like that all the time, dude. Like, he was just a badass. I respect it a lot. They fight from the arena to the kitchen, and they're in this big-ass industrial kitchen, and the first thing The Rock does is toss Mankind into a huge pile of cotton candy, because that would hurt a lot. He takes Mr. Sacco and fucking murders him. He murders Mankind's friend and confidant by throwing his ass in an oven and letting him cook. And you can hear the sizzle noises, and it's really sad. Mankind goes after him, and The Rock throws Mankind in the goddamn oven. So they're all in the oven together, just cooking, burning, and baking. And then they get out, and then they fight some more over this way. And fucking Mankind, oh, I said fuck. Well, I say fuck a lot less than I did last time, so shit, I'm sorry. I cuss a lot, deal with it. Anyway, fucking Mankind grabs a big-ass bag of popcorn and bashes The Rock over the head with it and gives his ass a concussion, because earlier that day he had hidden a brick in this bag of popcorn and now just busted his shit wide open. So that's pretty cool. That's some dirty-ass fighting I did. At some point in the middle of this skirmish, Mankind loses one of his shoes, and it's never explained, it's never resolved, it's unresolved. It's like, where did Mankind's shoe go? At what point did he have time to take off his shoes? So that's one of those nitpicks that I'm a scientific web researched analysis videographer researcher person, and I'm very serious about what I do. So when I see a person without one shoe, I need to know where that other shoe is. So get your shit together. Well, there's a part where Rock and Mankind are fighting, and out of nowhere, Rock finds a bottle of Jack Daniels, and he's like, "Let me take a break to sip some of this Jack Daniels and whiskey." Blah, 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 blah. And as soon as he goes to sip it, Mankind just smacks the shit out of him. And, oh yeah, hold on. Before I finish that, let me take a break to drink some of this Jose Cuervo. Gold. One of my favorite spots from this match is where they go from the kitchen to this old folks bingo hall thing, and there's a big stack of cups, and they're fighting over towards it, and you think The Rock is gonna put Mankind to the stack of cups, but he doesn't. Instead, he gets close to the stack of cups and he knocks a bowl of forks in the dude's face, which is way worse, because it's just like, oh hey, go to the cups, right? No. Forks in the face, in the eye, and then Mankind just sort of falls into the damn stack of cups. That's called misdirection, and I love that. One of the best matches ever. Watching it again, I can see it's just a long, extended brawl, but as a kid, I'm just like, this is the best match I've ever seen. It's called hindsight. Anyway, they fight some more in this office, and like Rock is just like whooping ass. In the middle of this, he takes another break because the phone rings. Rock grabs the phone and is like, "Hello, this is the SmackDown Hotel. Oh, Mankind, you can't talk to him because his mouth's full of my foot in his face," and literally kicks his face and chokes his ass with a phone cord. That's an anomaly. Since when did phones have cords? I don't understand. Like, why does that phone have a rope tying it to the wall? Like, what does that do? Why didn't he just bring his cell phone with him? I don't understand. Then he almost backslaps the ref for no reason. Just get away from me. You know, I used to love when he did that. And then there's some random lady there, and The Rock's like, "Oh, you want a piece of The Rock? You don't want a piece of The Rock, do you? Get out of here, you piece of trash." Calls a random lady a piece of trash, dude. He's living his best life until Mankind grabs him with the sock again and starts choking his ass out. Choking him, kicking him in the face and shit, and they're rowdy, dude. Mankind and The Rock hate each other at this point, even though they're friends behind the scenes, but don't tell anybody that. But their on-screen rivalry is really vicious, and The Rock comes out of this rivalry looking like $1 million bajillion until they make it to the parking lot where they go to punch each other at the same time, and they both fall, and somehow Mankind gets his finisher before The Rock does, throws Rock under a goddamn crane, lowers a big-ass stack of fucking industrial weight on The Rock's body, crushing him. His organs and his blood and his bones and his guts go flying everywhere, all over the place, and Mankind's like, hell yeah, and he wins the WWE Championship, and it's the best day ever.
You son of a bitch, suck my holy flappy phones, lick my flappy foldy holes.